Hello everybody, MD Polo here. Thank you for joining me. Today we take a look at the HK USP Expert. This is in 45 ACP and it is an absolutely awesome pistol. We've reviewed several H&Ks as of late and I think we're on a roll there. Or I may need professional help. Jury's still out, but the one in front of you is a 45 ACP. And it's a pistol that was designed for competition shooting, but the philosophy behind the design was to create a pistol that was equally comfortable in the battlefield as it is in the competition arena. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the specs, give you a little bit of the history behind the USP line of pistols, look at it more closely, look under the hood, and then give you my final impressions from a tabletop point of view. I really wish I could bring you more shooting videos, but ammo is just impossible to find right now with the pandemic towards the end of 2020. And I have my personal stash, but I'm not going to start digging into that for shooting videos because I cannot find the ammo to replace it. So I will bring you shooting videos whenever I can. My channel's just not big enough to have an ammo sponsor, and that's just where things are. So taking a look at the specs. The one in front of you is a 45 ACP, although it does come in 9mm and 40 Smith & Wesson as well. It comes with a 5.19 inch barrel, 5.19 inches. The total length of the pistol is 8.7 inches, so it's a big pistol. You'll see when you look at it in my hand as far as scale is concerned. It comes with two 12-round mags. It has 12 rounds of 45 ACP, metal mags, HK mags, made in Germany. Very nice mags. The weight of the pistol, it comes in at 2.32 pounds unloaded with the mag inserted, so 2.32 pounds. The width of it comes in at 1.14 inches. I'll let you take a look at that one. So the width comes in at 1.14 inches, and the retail price comes in somewhere between $1,200 or between $1,200 and $1,400 depending on your location. Now, just so you know, the pistol is clear, and that is a snap cap in the mag. It is one big pistol. As I mentioned earlier, this H&K USP Expert in 45 ACP was originally designed for competition, but it is equally comfortable in the battlefield, and it was designed for the American market with the American market in mind. Thus, the controls on it, the placement of the control, the function of them are very much influenced by American designs, and namely the government model 1911 pistol. What they were aiming to do with this is to achieve a very high level of accuracy, and they achieved that by combining the features of the HK Tactical and the Mark 23 pistol. Combining all those features, the tactical innovations, is they put both designs together and they came up with a USP Expert. Another one of the goals they had with the USP Expert was for the pistol to be compliant to participate in IPSC, International Practical Shooting Competition, and other organized shooting events. So as I'm talking, I'm letting you take a look at it, walk you through it. As with all HKs that are hammer fired, you can get it in 10 different variants, 10 different configurations that you can get the firing mechanisms and the controls. And take a look at it here. This is a variant 1. And what that means is that it's got a safety and a decocker all in one control here, and it is on the left side of the pistol. But that's a variant 1, but the USP actually is ambidextrous. And you can see there. But on a normal variant 1, the control would be only on the left side, And a variant 2 would also be with a safety decocker, but it would only be on the right hand side. So variant 1 on the left, variant 2 on the right. The USP Expert has it on both. And of course, it's got the paddle mag release in the back of the trigger guard right here. So it is a completely ambi pistol right out of the box. The other nice thing about the different variants of the USP is that you can convert one version to another with just changing some parts and not too much of a hassle. So completely modular pistol. A little bit of a background on it. USP means Universal Self-Loading Pistol, and it was designed by a gentleman named Helmut Weldl in 1989. It was designed by HK in Germany, and the development of the pistol went from 1989 to 1992. And the HK USP began its service life in 1993. There are currently 8 different models of the HK USP. Now we're going to take a look at the pistol itself. The slide is machined from a single block of 42 CR MO number 4 steel, and it is machined absolutely flawless. And when we take a look at the inside, now the USP Expert, it has the roll marks here, and the HK is also rolled mark. It's not like some of the newer USPs where the HK is laser engraved and the rest of it is roll marked. The slide finish is is finished with a nitrocarburized process, and this is a process that is extremely durable and very resistant to corrosion. A very hard material and very resistant to corrosion. All the other metal parts that are inside of the USP Expert are also coated with a Dow Corning chemical material that makes those pieces resistant to corrosion, to friction, and they're also non-reflective. So as we start talking about this, you get an idea of why these pistols are so expensive. It's not just dipped in something, it's got the best of the best, and everything was done with a purpose, and that is for longevity and accuracy. So the best of the best goes into HK's overall. Part of the expense also is the amount of research and testing that is done on the HK firearms. Looking at the top of the slide, the sights are target, and they're all blacked out. The front sight is raised, so it's a raised sight. Let the focus catch up. It is dovetailed. And the rear sight is what they call an adjustable LPA micrometer rear sight, and as you can see, is nestled down into the slide. It is fully adjustable. You can see the lines there. See, the focus will catch up. You can see the lines here, so you can actually see in very small increments how you're drifting the sights, and it's fully adjustable for windage and elevation. We'll take a closer look at the barrel once I disassemble the pistol, but it is a cold forged barrel, and they call it cannon grade steel. It's got polygonal rifling, and it's got, let me just open it up here. It's got the small O-ring here that is placed is 0.3 of an inch from the front of the muzzle. And this is supposed to help with a lockup of the barrel into the slide, and of course increasing the accuracy of the pistol. So there was a lot of thought put into the locking system, and every single locking system, oops, where's the focus here? The locking system of each USP Expert is hand fitted to each pistol. So it's not just mass produced and put together, they're all hand fitted to each pistol. And again, once we take a look into the under the hood of the pistol, one of the most significant features that you're going to find in the USP Expert is the mechanical recoil reduction system. This system it's all incorporated into the recoil spring, into the recoil spring assembly that sits right below the barrel, and it is designed to reduce up to 30% of the felt recoil, and it is not ammo sensitive. You don't have to worry or just use a specific type of ammo. You can just feed it whatever you want. The frame is something interesting here. The frame is made out of what is called a high-strength fiberglass reinforced polymer. And it also has stainless steel inserts in the points of the highest friction. Now, HK is not new to polymer frames, polymer pistols, and actually it was HK that pioneered the use of polymer frames in pistols. It was not Glock. It was HK some 30 years ago when they introduced the VP70-Z, as zebra, and the P9. Then later in the 80s, Glock came in and used the polymer frame idea with the Glock, and the rest is history. The controls on the USP Expert, there's a hammer-fired pistol, and it's got a bobbed hammer for competition, but in the box, they give you this baggie, and of course you're not going to be able to see it, but it's got the original hammer. I think you can see it there. It's got the original hammer. It's got some spare O-rings. It's got a key. You can actually lock this thing if you chose to. But if you wanted to put the original hammer back, they give it to you there. So the reason why they changed the hammer and gave you this bobbed hammer is that with the original hammer, the dimension of it no longer conform with IPSC standards. And so they had to change the hammer and make it smaller. At least that's my understanding of it. The trigger, sticking with the controls, I'm sorry. We've got the, like I said, we got the safety. So there, the pistol isn't safe. You have it on fire, but if you charge it, you can also decock it by going all the way down. As you can see, the hammer is not all the way forward, but there you are, now it's forward. So, and then here you've got, I forgot who it was, but somebody described this controls as big as a surfboard. But what it does, even with my medium-sized hands, I wear medium-sized gloves, I can reach it. My only complaint in this with the controls is you can see how small the mag release is. Even though it's ambidextrous, you've got it on both sides, it's very small. Now, if you wanted to change it from hkparts.net, they have them a little bit with the paddles a little bit bigger. And since we're here, we can look at the trigger guard. The trigger guard is really big. And you've got your trigger, it's got the over travel stop here, so it's an adjustable trigger. It's got the customary little hump here that if you're used to grabbing the trigger trigger shoe down at the bottom, your finger is going to drag on this, and sometimes it pinches, but it is what it is. And looking at it from the bottom, you can see how ample the trigger guard is, so it does it gives you a little bit more protection into the trigger. And so let me take a look here, my notes, make sure that I'm not missing anything. Sticking with the trigger is a double action, single action, and the trigger pull on this pistol is rather heavy, if you will, on double action. So make sure, charge the snap cap. And in double action, you're here, and you're pulling. It is smooth, but it's heavy. And you keep going, it seems like forever. And then it takes, according to the trigger gauge, it's pulling around 11 and a quarter pounds. It sometimes goes to 11 and a half. To me, it feels a lot heavier than that. It's very smooth, it's very predictable, but you've got to mean it for that double action to go. Okay, and then if you were to go into single action, you go here, it's very smooth. I mean, you don't feel anything. That you got travel there, and then almost at the end, it just goes. Now the trigger gauge is saying that it's pulling at 4 pounds, but to me it feels less than that. It really does. Very nice. That single action is very nice. So the double action feels heavier than what it pulls at, and the single action feels lighter than what it pulls at. Now HK calls it the match target trigger. And like I said, it comes with an adjustable trigger stop. It's very nice. So now I'm going to attempt to take this apart on camera. So if I fumble my way through it, please bear with me. So there you go. You're going to line up that little notch here. Then you're going to push the button on the other side. And by the way, this one has never been fired, so it is a little stiff. Sometimes you use the end of the mag to pop it. Make sure I've got it lined up. And like I said, forgive me because I do all these videos, I do them in one take only, so you don't see all the editing that happens on many videos. It is what it is right in front of you. So we take it apart, and taking a look at the inside of it, you can see the firing mechanism right there. IMB controls. Everything very clean, very well done. You can see how all the surfaces have been coated with that Dow chemical coating. Looking at the inside, it's hard to tell how heavy this thing is. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can do this. Forgive me, I wasn't planning on doing this, but let's see if this works. So we said that this pistol weighed, how much did we say it weighed? 2.3 pounds, 2.32 pounds, okay? So let's zero it out. And just the slide and its component is 1.6 pounds out of it. So out of the 2.32 pounds, 1.6 is the slide alone. And the frame is very, very light. Just coming in 7.3 ounces. So very, very robust here. As you can see, this is with the recoil reduction system that it has here. And you can see it here. It's really a fantastic piece of engineering, the focus catch up. You can see how the spring gets to here and then how it compresses into the end. And like I said, according to HK, this reduces by 30% the felt recoil. And let's see where it goes. And look at the size. Oh, there goes my focus. But the size of this cannon grade steel barrel. It's enormous. Very nice. And there's that O-ring. The wide mouth on the feed ram, polished feed ram. So very nice. And now take a look at the slide, the inside of the slide. The machining is just beautiful. There are no marks anywhere. Everything perfectly clean, so well done. See the back of it. You can see the back of the sights jumping up a little bit. You see the back of the sights are serrated. So overall, oops, camera's not liking this very much. Very, very well done. Certainly will outlast me, you, or anybody. And while I'm at it, I had forgotten to acknowledge this. This is not my pistol. This belongs to my friend Bill. And I just wanted to say, Bill, thank you very much for trusting me with your HK USP Expert. I wish it was mine, but it's not, and I should have said that at the beginning. Normally Bill doesn't like credit for the pistol, but whenever I'm using a pistol that is not mine, I want to let you know, be upfront with you. So to put it back together, you go back in the rails, you line up that square notch with the circle, and then you line up here, and this is where it gets fun to do it on camera. I think I got it. There you go. Test for function, fire, bring the mag back in, and there it is. USP Expert by H&K. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this if you're looking for a target competition pistol, as far as something that can equally be comfortable in home defense, a battlefield. HK USP Expert. It's an awesome choice. What do you think about it? Do you own one? Have you shot one? Would you like to? What do you think? It is a big pistol. And let me show you. I don't know if I went through this already, but this is how it fits in my hand. I've got medium-sized hands, like I said, and it is a stretch for me to reach the trigger in double action. It is. I'm barely getting there. If we go to single action, I've got no problem, and it's actually quite comfortable. But in double action, it is a stretch. Having said that, it is a superb pistol. I look forward to your comments. Please remember that I post videos every Friday morning, and sometimes when I can, on Wednesday mornings as well. I'm very active on my Instagram, and actually there you can see what's coming down the pipeline quite a few weeks and sometimes months before it hits YouTube. So thank you very much for sticking by. I look forward to your comments. Today is Thanksgiving, actually. So Thanksgiving 2020. I hope that you spend it with your family. I hope that you're healthy, and that may God bless you and your families for a long time to come. Thank you for watching. And until the next one, God bless.